Someone walked into a clinic last year completely healthy. No complaints, just a routine checkup. The doctor looked at the blood work and paused. "How long have you been eating this way?" The patient was confused. "What do you mean? I eat clean. I drink water. I avoid junk food." But right there in the lab results were early signs of kidney damage. And the thing that did it was not alcohol. It was not fast food. It was something sitting in most people's kitchens right now. Something they probably had for breakfast this morning. So before we go any further, I want you to ask yourself one question. Are you absolutely sure the foods you think are healthy actually are? Let's start with something almost everyone considers a superfood: spinach. Go ahead and defend it. It's green. It's full of iron. Popeye ate it. Nutritionists love it. It's in every smoothie at every gym on the planet. So what's the problem? Here's what most people don't know. Spinach, along with beets, nuts, chocolate, and sweet potatoes, is extremely high in something called oxalates. Now, if your kidneys are working perfectly, oxalates are not a big deal. Your body handles them fine. But here's where it gets interesting. When oxalate levels in your blood get too high, and they build up quietly over months and years, they start binding with calcium inside your kidneys. And what do you get when oxalate meets calcium in your kidney? Kidney stones. Sharp, crystallized, painful enough to make. Grown adults cry on a hospital floor, and that's just the stone story. For people who already have reduced kidney function, even mild and undiagnosed CKD, high oxalate foods push those kidneys harder than they could handle. So the question is, how many green smoothies are too many? That depends on your kidneys, and most people have no idea what state their kidneys are in. New scenario. You're trying to get fit, you're eating high protein, chicken breast, eggs, protein shakes, maybe red meat a few times a week. You feel strong. You look good. Nothing wrong with that picture, right? Tell me, what do you think happens to protein after your body uses it? It doesn't just disappear. Protein metabolism creates waste products, specifically something called urea and creatinine. And those waste products have exactly one exit route: your kidneys. Every single gram of protein you eat creates a filtration job for your kidneys. And for someone with fully healthy kidneys, that's manageable. But here's the twist. Chronic kidney disease affects roughly 1 in 10 people worldwide, and the majority of them don't know it yet. There are almost no symptoms in the early stages. Your kidneys can lose up to 40% of their function before you feel anything unusual. So while you're loading up on protein thinking you're building your body, your kidneys might be quietly overwhelmed. This is why nephrologists, kidney specialists are often the first to ask patients, how much protein are you eating? Not because protein is poison, it isn't, but because your kidneys are the ones paying the bill. And if you don't know how healthy your kidneys are, you don't know what bill you're running up. Let's try one more. You stopped adding salt to your food. You're proud of that. You cook at home most of the time. You don't use the shaker. Here's the uncomfortable question. Have you read the label on your bread lately? Your canned beans, your tomato sauce, your breakfast cereal. Sodium is not just what you shake onto your plate. It's embedded into almost every processed food in amounts that would shock you. The average person consumes nearly double the recommended daily sodium intake without ever touching a salt shaker. And what does excess sodium do to kidneys specifically? It raises blood pressure, and high blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney disease worldwide, right behind diabetes. Here's how the damage works. Your kidneys are full of tiny, delicate blood vessels, millions of them, called glomeruli. They filter your entire blood supply dozens of times a day. When blood pressure stays high, those vessels are under constant grinding pressure. Over time, they scar, they stop working as well. And unlike a broken bone, you can't feel this happening. That's what makes it dangerous. Not that it's dramatic, but that it's invisible. So let's breathe this together. Your kidneys filter about 200 liters of blood every single day. Let that number sit for a second. 200 liters. Through two organs the size of your fists. They're extraordinary, but they're not invincible. What damages them isn't always what's obvious. It's the accumulation. It's the daily habits that seem completely reasonable. High oxalate superfoods, excess protein, hidden sodium, quietly stacking pressure on organ that can't raise its hand and say, I need a break. And because kidneys compensate so well for so long, the damage shows up late, often too late, to fully reverse. That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to shift your attention. The 3 foods in this video aren't inherently evil, but context matters. Quantity matters. And knowing the state of your own kidneys matters more than almost anything else. Here's the perspective shift I want you to leave with today. Eating healthy isn't just about what's good for your heart, or your weight, or your blood sugar. Your kidneys are filtering everything. Every supplement, every shake, every clean meal. And they rarely complain until something is seriously wrong. The most protective thing you can do isn't complicated. Get a basic kidney function test. Know your creatinine. Know your eGFR. It's a simple blood test. It takes minutes. Because here's the truth. The person in that clinic at the beginning of this video was not doing anything extreme. They were just doing the wrong things consistently, without ever knowing their kidneys were struggling. Don't wait for a symptom to ask the question. Ask it now. And if you found yourself rethinking even one habit during this video, that's exactly the point. Take care of what filters everything else.